Hey y'all, I'm Tammy, and this is Collard Valley Cooks. And today we are making a friend of mine's grandmother's recipe, strawberry pizza. Do you remember this one? She sure loves it. Let's get started. All right, you're going to take your strawberries after you wash them and take the stems off. If you don't have a little stem remover for your strawberries, they're super cheap, under $10 right now on my Amazon links under utensils. So you're going to take all of these out, and then after you do that, you're going to cut your strawberries for your pizza. And you could cut them however you want to cut them. You could cut them in circles. You could cut them in pieces. But I think because it's a pizza, they'd look good in circles. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, you need a tablespoon because you're going to use 5 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm going to put them in a 1/4 cup of cold water out of the refrigerator. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to take a fork and mix this cornstarch in this water right quick. And I'm just dissolving it. It's pretty much what I'm doing because cornstarch does a lot better dissolving in a cold temperature than it does in a hot temperature. Okay, so we're going to add this to our Jello mixture slowly. So you're going to take your small container of strawberry flavored gelatin. It's already sweetened. It's the 3.2 ounce package. You're going to pour it into a cup of boiling water. You're going to stir it. Then you're going to slowly add this cornstarch. And you need to do it pretty quick because what's going to happen is that cornstarch is going to cook and it should turn clear. Make sure you don't have any around that bottom. And what I'm going to do, instead of putting this on the stove top, I'm going to put it in the microwave and I'm going to let it get really hot and bubbly, and then that cornstarch will turn clear. We'll put it on 2 minutes. Now watch it because it's liable to boil over. You don't want it to boil over. You just want it to thicken and start turning clear. And that's exactly what it's done. So I'm just going to stir it. So it really took it about 1.5 minutes because, you know, that water was already hot. Now you're going to mix your strawberries in it and chill it. But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't want my strawberries to get that hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this glaze . I'm going to take this glaze and I'm going to put it out in a pie pan, and I am going to get it in my freezer. And don't freeze it, just let it cool, okay? So you don't want it to freeze, but you don't want it to be this hot and cook your strawberries. You want your strawberries to taste fresh. So I'm just going to spread it out in here and let it cool down. Well, it looks good and smells good. Now, wasn't that easy? Now we're going to make a cream cheese icing, is pretty much what it is. And it's going to go over the crust that we baked. You're going to use 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese and 3 cups of powdered sugar. And you're going to mix that until it's nice and creamy. So there's 1, 2. We'll start with 2, get it creamy, and then add the last one. One more. It's thick, pretty thick. If you need a good hand mixer, this one's a good one. Has a nice low setting to keep things from splattering all over the place. and a very nice high speed as well. Now you're going to put in an 8-ounce container of whipping cream. If you want to save a little for the top to decorate the top of the pie, you can. I think I will. Just a little bit. Delicious. I don't know if you remember this recipe, but this used to be a super popular recipe. And now a lot of people make it and they use pretzels in the crust instead of pecans in the flour and stuff. They use a different kind of crust. But I really think the toasted pecans make this. So I like this old-fashioned version the best. All right, let's put this pizza together. Strawberry pizza, that is. So your cream cheese layer goes on your cool crust. Now we put our crust in the freezer to make sure it was nice and cool. Now I use True Whip instead of Cool Whip, and it does have quite a different texture, I think. So you're going to put this one on first. You're going to take your gel that you cooled a little bit. Now it's not cold, but it's cooler. And we're going to add our strawberries to it and mix it up. We may have to put it in a bowl. Let me get me a bowl. We're going to put this in the bowl and mix it up good. I had to get me another bowl because all my bowls are dirty. I've been cooking all morning. Okay. So just try not to put your strawberries in that glaze when it's really, really hot. It don't have to be ice cold, but it needs to be not hot enough that it's going to cook the strawberries. And this is your last layer that goes on the pizza, the strawberry pizza. All right, let's get it on here. I'm just going to put it in a little bit at a time because it would be hard to spread it because that cream cheese layer is pretty soft. All right, guys, I finally just used my hands because I thought I could control everything a lot better if I did. Make sure you got some clean hands. And it's looking good. Now, my dad has had a girl working with him for 20-something years. And this was her favorite dessert that her grandmother made. So I got this recipe from her. So it's a sentimental recipe from somebody we know that's real close to the family. And now we're just going to put the rest of the gel on top and spread it. I'm going to try to spread it a little bit now that I've got all the strawberries out on there. Let's try to use all your gel. Let's not waste any of that good stuff. Now, if you had put your strawberries in that hot mixture, it probably would have been more spreadable. I just didn't want mine to be cooked, okay? Because I've done that before with strawberry glazed pie, like the Shoney's pie. If you throw them strawberries in there when it's good and hot like that, it does make a difference on the texture of the strawberries. Well, it looks good though. Now, if you'll notice, I didn't go around to the very edge because it's a pizza. And now all I'm going to do is decorate the middle with a little strawberry. So if you're taking it somewhere, you can do that. And I just saved a little bit of my whipping cream. to do this with. And there you have it. Our strawberry pizza. If you wanted to, you could put a few more. If you got enough, you could put a few more swirls on it. I don't have a lot, so there it is. Looks good. Let's clean the edge up. We're going to clean the edge, take a picture. And like I said, if you don't have a pizza pan or a big, large, round pan like this, just use a 13 by 9. You can use that too. All right? Should fit in there. This is not a dessert that's going to hold up like a piece of pizza. So you may just want to grab a spoon and go to town with the spoon. Because you got to get the bottom off and just get it on your plate like that. That's a lot of dessert. It's a big piece. All right, let's give it a try. Okay, Julie, thanks for sharing this recipe of your grandmother's with us. It's good. Very delicious. I think you're going to love it. It is really good. Very creamy and delicious. Those toasted pecans taste really good with the strawberries. Plenty sweet. It's delicious. I hope you enjoyed as much as Julie did growing up. Y'all give it a try and make it a family tradition at your house. We'll see you next time on Collard Valley Cooks, where we cook like Grandmama did. Bye, y'all. Love ya.